What's going on, everybody? So, kind of had an idea last night for a video, and I was like, I need to get that done here this morning on my way to work. So, if you've ever seen the movie Fight Club, which, it's kind of going around YouTube, I guess, but there's a part in the movie where Brad Pitt's character, Tyler Durden, says, our war is a spiritual war. And I watched that movie, I think when it came out, or not long after it came out, was the first time I watched it. But if there's one thing I've learned this last year and a half is semen retention, as we've discussed before, pulls you closer to God, but it makes you aware of the spiritual war that's going on in the world between good and evil. And I literally just last night, I had a family member I was talking to a little bit, and he actually sent me a scripture, and I read it, and me and him have never discussed scripture before, so that was kind of cool that he initiated that. And then I sent him one back that I just kind of, I don't know where I found it, but it was from Romans 8, and it was talking about, those who choose flesh versus those who choose to live a life, of the Spirit. And that's what semen retention makes you realize is, real quickly you can see, kind of who is living a fleshly life, going after things of the flesh, the world, and then those who are chasing after God and living of the Spirit. And it helps you just discern. It really just helps with discernment. And that didn't exist for me before semen retention. Now, I wasn't totally disconnected from God, but I did not see things the way I see it now, and so clearly, okay? And, I think that's the thing, is that you don't have a clear mind, you don't have clear discernment. And the Bible even talks about that, when you're not right with God, that you can't, there are veils over your eyes and you can't see. And so, once you make that commitment to God, and yes, part of it, this video is just really about committing your life to Christ, and part of that is, in the area of, your sex drive, is having that committed to God and not to the world and the flesh, fleshly things. And it's just interesting how it ties together and helps you understand the world better and people. And you can just see it. We love our social media these days. Well, you can just go on there and see like what people are chasing after, and what they think is good. I guess I don't know anymore. But that's the thing, is that you start to let go of all this stuff that you distracted yourself with, and it's just not that important anymore. It's kind of interesting. So I live somewhere where there's college football is a big thing, and anyways, I still watch it, but I just don't follow it as close. It's just not that important to me anymore. I enjoy watching the games here and there, but it's just not like it. It's not that important to me anymore. And I used to be a big hockey fan. It's the same thing. I don't watch hockey really, barely at all. I look at scores a little bit here and there, but it's just not, with it, there's a lot of politics stuff that happened the last few years, especially, that I just was like, eh. But I see it now that, it's really just a distraction. And but the interesting thing is, and I've really taken up hunting, And I've been out hunting a lot so far this year. Haven't got a deer yet, but I've seen 4. Took a shot at 1. Crossbow hunting, so it's a little bit harder. But the interesting thing about it is, if you think like historically, like it is something that kind of does get you back connected with nature. And to me, that always gets you connected closer to God. And it was something natural that man used to have to do. So I kind of like that. But it's, you get out there, and certainly all this other stuff that the world's talking about and discussing, it doesn't exist. You're not worried about that at all. Anyways, that was just a short video. Yeah, it's Romans 8. If you want to read a scripture, I don't have the Bible in front of me right now, but Romans 8, that will just go over the spirit and the flesh. And, the reality is everybody, think about this. Every single person that you encounter today is in the middle of a spiritual war. Most people don't even realize it. Most people don't even know. They're just going along in their day and don't even realize it. Excuse me. But when you wake up and understand this, and you really get on your knees and commit your life to God, that He's going to start to show you some things, and you're going to start to see this, and it's going to help you. It's going to help you. You're going to want to change things in your life. God's going to make you aware of the change that you need to make, and you're going to want to get rid of the fleshly things. And I'm still working on that. I don't have it all worked out at all, and I've learned on this journey to not get ahead of myself when things are going good. Things have been going pretty good for me with semen retention lately, and especially just with my thoughts and just being really focused on good things with God. Still got to work on my eating. That's something that's been gnawing at me. Just got to be praying about that. But the reality is we're all in a spiritual war, and we need to be aware of it so that we can, chase after righteousness, good, follow after God, and resist and defeat Satan, the evil one, because he wants to drag us away from the life God intends for us. So with that, I'm going to leave it right there. God bless you guys. Have a good day.